Chapter 13. Reality Dawns. Later that night, I climbed into bed next to Stu. In the stillness of the night, I started to shake. There was no more doubt. No matter which way you looked at it, we could not suspend the truth. Jenna had pulmonary hypertension. The full weight of her diagnosis hit me hard. 2 days later, Jen came out of hospital. She was limping slightly and had a bruise that spread from above her groin to halfway down her thigh. There was a school function in the sports hall that evening that she wanted to attend. I remember, with absolute clarity, the moment that the school choir began their opening song. Their emotive voices echoed round the hall with the familiar lyrics from I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack. It was a singular moment. The music, the words, the sight of all those fresh-faced, healthy young girls singing their hearts out. Jen would never dance. She would never take one single breath for granted. And she probably didn't have a fighting chance. And yet, no one knew. Seated in the middle of the great hall, packed with robust children and their hope-filled parents, I felt utterly alone. I held on tightly to Stuart's hand, scanning the mob of blue school dresses frantically, searching for my girls. I needed to see they were okay. I saw Christy, hair pulled back into a high, tight pony, leaning playfully into her friend, chatting animatedly. I scanned the crowd again and found Jen. Her head was lifted high. She was smiling, standing, shoulders back, next to Camilla as if nothing was wrong. She was the ultimate picture of poise, grace, and courage. Stu and I held onto each other tightly, our palms sweaty with emotion, battling to contain ourselves. It was a glimpse of what lay ahead. The constant struggle to cope in the normal world, whilst holding the knowledge that Jen was fighting for her life. Nothing for us was normal. It was the ultimate paradox, to hold both fear and hope. And with no more room for denial, Stu and I talked at length about finding ways to consciously create joy. It was tempting to withdraw and batten down the hatches, but, having learned the value of staying connected, we made sure our loved ones were always welcome in our home, no matter how sick Jen was. Our friends and family flocked to support her.